What's up? Welcome back to the Mandalay Podcast, aka Vibes with Mandalay, live from the bakery. Shout out to Chio letting us hold a bakery down. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the membership for exclusive invites, places behind the scenes. Vibe with us. I got a special guest today. What's up, man?
Outside.
What's your name? Where you from?
Yeah, it's your boy A Butta, Adrian Walton, aka Whole Lot of Game, aka Hollywood A.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
You sent me the tag. You sent me the tag.
Hollywood A. The lights is always on.
Because I told you, don't Hollywood talk to me. You was like, yo, that's my name.
Said, yo, hey man, what's up? You coming on the show? Yo, don't be Hollywood. Nah. No, that's my name, but I'm gonna be there.
What's up? Where you from?
I'm outside, man. I'm from Harlem. You know me, man. New York City, Harlem, big Harlem to be exact.
Okay. How was it like growing up in Harlem?
Oh man, Harlem. I mean, it's the world. You know what I mean? When I say it's the world, it's a small world in itself. You know what I mean? And fashion is everything to us. You know what I mean? So I'm all about the big fashion. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
I'm on that.
All right. When you first started playing ball,
that was my thing, man. I started at I was a late bloomer, you know what I mean? I started playing basketball when I was like 13, 12, 13, compared to
that's kind of late. Yeah, word.
7, 8 years old.
Word.
So I was a late bloomer.
So what got you into playing ball? Like,
rest in peace to my man Lex, the wig man Lex. They used to work on 125th Street at the wig store. Okay. He lived on my block. He ran St. Mark's between 138th, between Lenox and 5th. I used to go there and hoop. He made me a gym rat. The rest was history. Became legendary.
Okay, so like how you with Lex cause I remember you playing ball. You know what I'm saying? Like you wasn't all that nice at first.
44th gym. No, you ain't lying. No, shout out to Vado shooting from all the way back here. Let's be real. I was in there. Rest in peace, my man Maddie was in there hooping. Right. I'm giving them names out that was really hooping. Yeah. Mills, you know Mills. I give you a little bit, Mills. You wasn't like that. Maybe in the video game, but not like that on the court, bro. Come on.
Word. So like at 13, that's kind of late. But you put mad work in. Like, how was that grind? Like,
I went to Milford Academy and I got a chance to, get stronger and work out on my own. And when I came back to New York City, I was ready for Rucker. I was ready for all the tournaments. I mean,
so how long that took you from 13 to being ready for New York City? Because New York City got a lot of ball players.
I would say I had to go and play for Gauchos and Riverside first. To be honest, I love St. Mark's and went and played with Gauchos and Riverside. And kind of like sharpened my game, you know what I mean, around real talent and traveling. And that also helped me be able to, be strong and realize that it was more than just what I was playing against in New York. So when I came back to New York, it was kind of like easy for me then.
When did you know you was nice?
When I beat Rashad McNair from y'all.
Yo, that was legendary.
I had all y'all Lennox sick. You know what I'm saying? I'm quite sure everybody in the hood.
You said from y'all hood, so what hood you from? Where you? Cause you from our hood.
Y'all from Lenox Ave, but you get what I'm saying. We all from Harlem.
Cause you made it seem like it was like an uptown, downtown, or east side. Cause you a west side.
No, I'm a west side, uptown nigga, but I also know that Lenox Avenue felt a way for certain players. Shandar gets that, you know what I'm saying? Rashad McNair gets that. So that's certain guys had got that.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
Because that's when you knew you was nice, like yo.
I mean, 32-4. He made the first 2 shots, and then after he missed, he never touched the ball.
32-4 is crazy.
You know, those is facts. 32-4.
Yo, I was out there. That's 40th Park.
It was all sick.
Yo, you was playing for that money. Yo, playing.
You know what I mean? In 44th gym, I even played Shan one-on-one.
Yo, I was there for that too. I was there for that, and that was a goodie. You wasn't no slouch.
That's why I said I put my work in to make sure that I earned my respect. You know what I mean? It wasn't just given to me. You know what I mean? Besides playing in the Rucker, I was going around Roscoe, Kendall, Mike McLeod. I was going to these niggas' hood and beating them in their own hood. Right. You know what I'm saying? For the money.
For the money. So you won a lot. What's the biggest bag you won off that one-on-one game?
Back then? Yeah. I don't know. It was like a lot of games. A lot of games was, $1,000, $2,000, sometimes $5,000. But one game I remember that I care about the most was playing against Roscoe. Like,
Okay.
Biggs called my phone out of nowhere from Rockefeller and said he gonna open up Menacing to see me and him play one-on-one. He put the money up 500. After I beat Roscoe, I ripped the whole 500 up in his face in front of Biggs and him.
You was fronting.
Yeah,
you was on some real hollow shit.
He got a whole laugh for life. You feel what I'm saying? He got a whole laugh for life.
That's some fronting shit.
Know what I mean?
And shout out to Butta once again going straight though. Hold on, he going straight though, y'all. So this gonna be one of the ones. This gonna be
hold your liquor. Word.
So how was your first street ball tournament? What was your first tournament? Me taking it back.
I mean, my first tournament, like I mean, if you mean my first tournament hooping, I would say Blacktop.
Okay.
When I was on the tournament that was in 139th Street was called Blacktop. You know, rest in peace, Big Lee, one of the twins, Fat Craig and them from 40th. They ran that tournament over there. So, you know, I played in that tournament. And shout out to Quack Quack from 35th. He was on the microphone. He called me the sellout. Oh. I'll never forget that. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad
so that was your first. That was your
first tournament in my own hood. A nigga that grew up with my brother on the mic. Rest in peace, he's calling me the sellout. I go lay the ball, watch you sell out, watch you sell out. I missed the basket. So, you know, shout out to Quack Quack, because I went from the sellout to the best seller in the hood.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So how you got your name?
Whole lot of game.
Yeah, how you got
all of that came from Rucker. Shout out to Duke Tango.
Hollywood.
Al Cash, you know what I'm saying? They saw a different, how do you say it? Different identities every time I played. So throughout my first, they call me 357. My first 7 years playing in Rucker, I went to the championship 5 times and I won 3.
Oh shit! So
again,
you was owning the Rucker like.
They had to keep changing the nigga name. I get all these niggas. You know how niggas brag about having a nickname?
Yeah.
I could brag about having multiple names. That's how much I changed.
So what was your names? You was like.
It was a whole lot of.
No, games. It was the sellout at first.
Yeah, the sellout first. That was over there, 39th Street Blacktop tournament.
Okay.
Then it went to Whole Lot of Game.
Okay.
Then it went to Hollywood A.
Okay.
Then it went to 357. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up. So you really had like different eras when you was playing ball. Like
I was killing niggas. I killed Jamal Tinsley and Jason Terry at the same time. No homo. They both was in the backcourt. I get a chance to like speak on a lot of this stuff now because you know what I mean. Like. These were pros. These were guys that really wanted to come and play in the Rucker and, you know, put that name. And they was on Dallas and Indiana at the time. So for me to go up against those kind of guys and be able to outshine them, win games, win trophies as in championships, like that's something that I hold on to daily.
So what's the criteria of a good street ball player?
A good street ball player, I would say to you, is fearless.
Okay.
Fearless in the sense where, you know what I mean, you want to make sure that people, when they leave from watching you, they know you, they remember you, they going back to tell everybody about you and that you like must-see TV. So when you play in street ball, you know, a street ball player to me is a person that he has to stand out amongst the wolves, you know what I'm saying? That's how I look at a street ball player.
So how was your preparation before games?
Oh,
what you listen to your head like?
Oh man, shout out to Killer. You know me, I always got right the diplomatic immunity, Dipset, you know what I'm saying? That was kind of like my warm-up music. And most of the time, I just had a mindset, Diddy, that whoever it was that I was playing that had a name, they were gonna know my name too. Once the game was over, they was gonna know about me too.
Oh, okay.
That was always my mind.
So did you have a routine or superstition yo, I gotta do this or eat this? You know how some boys
play? One superstition I give you is I never really played in black socks.
Oh, okay.
If I'm being honest, I don't play in
Why
black
not?
Socks. It's just I'm gonna be honest with you. This is kind of like what older people kind of put on. Who taught you that a black cat crossing you is bad luck?
Right.
Who the fuck taught you that, the broom sweeping on your feet is bad luck?
Right.
So a lot of things we was taught that now that I'm a little older, I'd be like, who made this shit up? Who said this? So, again, one of my things back then was don't wear black socks when you play. You know what I mean? You're gonna have a bad game if you wear black socks. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So what's your most memorable street ball game?
Vince Carter. Shout out to
Okay.
Vince. He just recently retired, and he just recently got into the Hall of Fame.
Right.
I know a lot of niggas always talk about playing against NBA players and
Right.
had good games against NBA players.
That Vince Carter game, I think that was the one.
I now get this, but I now get to say I played against a Hall of Famer. Like,
Okay.
I'm remembered forever.
Right.
Like, some niggas
and you
just-
gave him,
You know what I'm saying?
And you went to work. You went to
45, and I was 17. He's rookie of the year, did he? I'm 17 years old. This man comes.
How you felt that? Like, how did you feel? Like, what's your preparation before that game? Because you got to do that every game now. Like,
No, I'm gonna be honest with you. I heard he was coming, so in my mind it was like, yeah. Again, my mind said, if they know him, they gonna know me.
Okay.
But if I'm being totally honest with you, this is the greatest story. After I woke up that day, my life has never been the same.
oh, okay.
And I'm talking about once I played Vince Carter, the very next day when I woke up and I went somewhere, anywhere I went, everybody knew I played against him. Everybody changed and talked to me totally different.
Did you get the Hollywood name after that?
Hell yeah. Man. I got action that I wasn't never getting before.
Okay.
You get what I'm
we gonna
trying
get
to
into
say?
the women. we
Yeah,
gonna get into the women.
Yeah, I got action that I wasn't even getting before.
Just
the
with
game.
women or like just money? Like niggas getting paid for playing in tournaments back then? Like was you getting paid? Like your price went up? Like did the price go up?
Shout out to Rock that owns the TOs.
Okay.
From Vacant Lot. But Rock and Grease was together when I first started. They was the first people to pay me.
Okay.
So when I played my first year playing for Vacant Lot, they gave me like $2,500.
Okay.
And
that's just one tournament.
that was just one tournament.
Okay.
So imagine like now that you got a name.
Yeah.
Fat Joe had to pay me $5,000 before the tournament started and $5,000 when the playoffs started.
Oh,
I was one
shit.
of them type
So it
of
was.
players. You get what I'm trying to say? Like I wasn't one of
Like,
them
how do you
for
go-
him after the game
Yeah.
and the parking lot
Yeah.
for you to get paid, or I wasn't one of them that
Yeah.
had to go meet him up at Jimmy's
You want
in the
yours.
Bronx.
You want your front end and your back
I
end.
always knew, and I'm again shout out to Cameron. He's always taught me stuff like that.
Okay.
Being around him, he's always put me on to looking at things in that form. You know
How
what
do
I'm
you
saying?
get your price though? Like, how do you price your price point? Like,
Again, you know, like I said, I started off playing and I wanted to make a name. And once I had made the name, I had already got paid $2,500 to play in that tournament.
Right.
So coming back the next year, it was like in order for Fat Joe to get me to come to come play with him,
Yeah.
he got to double or triple that money. You see what I'm trying to say?
yeah.
So again, having someone teach you that,
Yeah.
if I ain't have someone teaching me that, I'd have probably just ran and jumped and played because it's Fat Joe.
Right,
You see what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
That's why I'm shouting Cam out, because he always try to put
So
me
Cam
on.
always been about the business.
Yeah,
That
always.
business, even basketball is everything is a
Always,
business,
bro.
like streets. Or
Always. His mindset was always stand for something or fall for anything. Those are words that I'll never forget that he's taught me. So
Shout out to Killer, man.
Word.
Shout out to Kid.
Dipset for life.
Okay, so you was Dipset. You Dipset.
On me. Tatted
Okay.
for life. Most niggas can't get this. If he doesn't okay that, you know what I'm saying? Like you
Right.
can't put that ego on you. So
Okay.
again, that's the set for life. Those are family. You know what I mean?
So after getting paid and like your number, like how did you like first get paid? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, know you could get paid like the $2,500. How did you like that was the lowest number you got, I'm assuming. How did you first know like, yo, I could get paid to do this shit?
Street
Like,
ball. I mean, in street ball, like I said, if you knew the history, guys was getting bags. If you ever heard of the Pee Wee Kirklands, the Joe Hammonds, those are the stories. You know, street ball players get paid, but again, you got to be nice to even ask. You know what I'm saying? If you're not nice, you can't be asking. You know what I mean?
because some niggas be trash and asking for a bag. You like, nigga, you garbage.
And then some of the owners gotta have a budget.
Okay.
So again, if your owner of the team don't really got a budget, you're not really gonna get paid. So again, if we got Fat Joe, we got, rappers
Right.
at the time, they owning these tournaments, they owning these teams.
Right.
You knew it was a budget there. So again, depending on what type of player you was, you could get $200-300 a game. But that's
Right.
what I'm saying to you. If I got $5,000 before the tournament started, that's basically $500-700 a
Right,
game
right.
ahead of time.
Right.
I don't gotta keep waiting
Yeah,
after
well,
games. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Whether we win or lose, I already got paid.
Did you have to guarantee like, yo, a championship or playoffs,
Nah,
or you like,
I
or
was
like, yo, I
fortunate.
gotta get like over a certain amount of, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I was fortunate because I won a championship before Fat Joe.
Okay.
I went and played with him. So because I won with Tony Rosa, then Fat Joe, I beat Fat Joe in double overtime to win the championship.
Okay.
So after that game, he kidnapped the nigga. Like, yo, took me to Miami for Memorial Weekend, all kind of shit. Like, bro,
he was really showing you it was on some blue chip shit. Like, yo, bro, really, like that shit really exists. That blue chip shit.
I know who these guys are now, but back then I didn't. But I saw BMF. They had a helicopter throwing money inside the pool party in Miami. But I didn't know who they was at the time. Now you hear who BMF is. It's like, oh shit, that was them niggas at Fat Joe party throwing money
going
from
crazy.
A helicopter. So again, the things that he was trying to get me to see that comes along with being around Fat Joe and Terror Squad, that was motivating to say, you know what, I just won a chip with Tone. Let me come over here and play with Fat Joe, and then I won 3 in a row with him.
Oh, you know damn, that's a dynasty.
Again.
So who was some of the best players you played with?
Rest in peace, Ali Mo. You know what I'm saying?
Rest in peace, Ali Mo. He from the block.
Me, Ali Mo, and Kareem Reed actually all played together for Cam's team.
And did y'all get a championship or no?
You see my shit on Instagram. I don't even be posting those type of games. Like imagine when I post me, Kareem Reed, and Ali Mo together playing for Cameron in Rucker.
Did y'all take it?
Nah, we ain't take it.
What the fuck was going on with that? Like
whatever Reem and Al had going on 42nd Prime Square, you know what go on that block.
Right.
Sham God, they all somebody got to be number one over there at that time. You know what I'm saying? Reem had the white Escalade, Sham had the Navigator, Al got the presents. So you get what I'm saying? Those guys kind of like motivated and inspired me to understand what you really should be chasing for in New York City, which was, you know, legendary status. You get what I'm saying? So again, you know, being able to play with those guys, but when I went and played with Fat Joe had Stephon Marbury. Like that was a fight for me too.
Yeah,
because Mousy loved Kareem Reed.
Right.
Fat Joe loved Steph. So today, you probably wouldn't even know me if I didn't fight Fat Joe and Mousy for that third spot. Why? Because it was Zach. No disrespect, but Zach Marbury is Steph's little brother, so you know they're gonna fight for him to play and make sure his brother.
So you was playing behind Steph?
Yo, you hear me?
You was coming off the bench getting 5,000? Hold on.
30, we'll win by 20 or 30 and we gotta have a team meeting. Why? Fat Joe, if I'm not playing before Zach, I'm not hooping with y'all no more. Today, you would be talking about, you would have this interview right now with Zach Marbury if I didn't stand on my 10. Like, nah, I'm not trying to hear that. No disrespect. Kareem's a McDonald All-American. Steph's a McDonald All-American.
Right.
No disrespect to Zach. He's not
you
better
play,
than me. Fuck out of here.
Yo, you play, hold on. You got 5K to play third string, like that's like third string quarterback.
I had to earn it though. So in other words, he had to start us. I came off the bench in the beginning, like maybe 1 or 2 games.
Right.
But again,
but you came off the bench for some niggas.
That's like
that's a
why you think I brought up Zach name? Because this ain't trying to play him. But like, if I'm gonna come off the bench, I'm gonna come off the bench for a McDonald All-American and a pro. You're not gonna make me come off the bench for a nigga that went to Rhode Island. Nah, I went to Fordham. No disrespect, but come on, bro. Nah, we not gonna do that. Nah. We done went mad years, man. Like again. If I allowed that to happen, we wound up winning 3 years in a row. So I had to learn how to play behind Charles Jones, Lamont Jones. Me and Lenny, I brought Lenny Cook to Rucker Park.
Oh, okay.
Most people don't know that. He tells that in his story. But again, like I brought the #1 player in the country to play in Rucker Park. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And again, you know, watching these guys and looking at what a lot of guys was able to do just from playing in that tournament and that platform, again, it's like, look, you know, these stories go like long with Bone Collector. Like, it's a lot of guys, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm telling you that the Rucker has birth, bro. You know what I mean?
Right. So did you practice a lot? Or was you like some AI practice, nigga?
I would say when I was younger, I stayed in the gym. I was always a gym rat. Like I owned Gaucho's gym. Like I could go and work out in Gaucho's gym whenever I want. When I got older, Yeah, I was on that. Like when I got in my 30s, I was on some like practice. Like that's how I lost the one-on-one.
Okay. You lost the one-on-one. I was gonna get there.
At 33. Shout out to Jesse Sapp though.
Oh, you lost to Sapp? Shout out to Sapp. Sapp, my guy. You lost to Sapp?
I lost.
Sapp was tough.
Sapp.
I ain't gonna lie. That was a good one. Then that was a goodie.
Y'all say good one. You can't say something good when a nigga was 33. Why he ain't want to play me when I was played against Rashad McNeil. Niggas ain't want to play me when I was a whole lot of game. Niggas had to wait until I got a little bit older.
But you got stronger though. I'm pretty sure you stronger.
I accepted that game, no excuses, but I accepted that game. Excuse me.
That's all good.
I accepted that game because of Cam. You know what I'm saying? Again, I wasn't hooping like that at the time no more. But when Cam called me and said, yo, hey, I want to do something big in the city. If I set this game up, no one really gonna come out, but I gotta start this one-on-one series with you. Like people know your name, they gonna come out.
Right.
So I was like, yo, you know.
Well, y'all played that to Chose or something.
Gauchos.
Yeah, I think I was there for that one too.
FaceTime me, nigga. He's in the gym working out. He got a trainer. You know what I mean? Know this. He got a trainer, nigga. This nigga FaceTime me. I showed the nigga the weed. I got an ounce of weed, like, nigga. I'm not going into workout to play you one-on-one. What are you talking about, nigga? We gonna play, nigga.
Yeah, you just came like, yo, niggas probably smoked a pound. Wowza.
And I took that first L, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like,
man. Did that change you?
No, it ain't changed. It just showed me that, you know, you are only as good as much work that you put in. So I was nice like that because I was always in the gym and I was always hooping.
Right.
When I kind of like took it for granted because I was older and just felt like it came natural.
Right.
Those shots didn't fall in like that no more. I ain't had that repetition like I used to.
Right,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
So all that shit you used to do, that shit used to look.
Was that a bad one? Was that a 32-4?
Nah, he beat me by like 14 or 12.
That was kind of bad. You lost by double digits.
I lost like 32-20 or 32-22.
Okay.
But the point I'm saying is I never really lost ever one-on-one. Like, you know Dre Dager, nigga?
Right.
Dre Dager came home, nigga, and I gave Dre Dager 28 points, nigga. I had on a fresh-ass outfit, nigga. Cameron set that game up at 45th.
Right.
I got on a fresh outfit. He did 28, nigga. He just came home. He can't beat me. Dager was like, what?
Right.
Gave him 28, nigga. I won 32-30.
We gon' shout out to my man Jack just walked in the building.
The great A.
Yo, but we gonna get into that. We gonna get into that game against Sham because that wasn't finished. I want to get back on that. I want to touch on that. We go because Jax walked in, so I ain't gonna have you cap in front of his brother.
I told you everything is authentic with me, man.
Right.
These guys have no other choice but to accept what happened.
How was that game against Sham? That did that finish? That ain't finished, right?
Again, now that I'm older, y'all go look at that tape. Sham disrespected me. He played in jeans. That's how I knew he took me like lightly because he played in jeans. He's a ball player. Right. He played me in jeans. You get what I'm trying to say? Yeah. So again, we played in 44th. Cam set that game up. Right. He was on the cover of Sports Illustrated at the time. Right. Again, I wanted to smoke see if I was one of the best. Right.
Nah, Cam, he was definitely. I thought he was going to do you dirty.
Nah, he was up 22-6, 22-10, and then I hit him with a move. He touched the floor. I went to the basket. He fouled me. I try not to post all of this stuff because for niggas that I love, I don't want the world to look like I'm trying to like make them look crazy.
Shout out to Sham, man.
I said, yo, you know what? Because you fouled me this way, anywhere you check the ball up, I'ma shoot from. Right. Long story short, he was up 20-10. The next thing you know, the score was 24-20. I was up. Right. He started hitting my elbow while I'm shooting from half court. So we never finished the game because, again, I respect Sham. I got mad love for him. But I don't think that where he was, he wanted to take that L. So it was like, you're going to have to win shooting and hitting and ones. You get what I'm saying? So, again, at that time, we never finished the game. But it's a tape. Shout out to what's my guy from 40th that does the Big L interviews. The Big L. You know who I'm talking about when you see his name, but Anyway, he's the one that recorded the game. And again, I go to him and say, yo, bro, what's up? Let me get that tape.
Yeah.
This nigga gonna tell me $20. Hey, yo, how nigga gonna charge me $20 for a game that he filmed of me playing Sham 101?
Yeah.
And he still don't want to give me that content to this day. He asking me, what am I gonna do with it? Bro, it's me versus Sham.
Yeah.
What are you doing with it?
So who's the toughest opponent besides Sack?
You said who's the toughest
opponent? Yeah, you played against.
The toughest opponent that I ever played against, I would say, and a lot of people don't give him his props, man, but I gotta give him some props. Kendall, World Premiere. We getting Dell. Shout out to Dell. Shout out to Kendall. Kendall, when I played Kendall,
layup guard. That is the layup guard.
But his defense, he plays. Me and Kendall played in the backcourt
94 feet
against J.R. Smith and somebody else. I forgot the other ball player, Chris Smith. It was Chris Smith, J.R. Smith, and somebody else from the NBA, but it was at Dykeman.
Right.
Kendall guarded J.R. Smith 94 feet. He had 6 points the whole game, and we won.
Nigga locked J.R.
Smith. Like, most people don't give Dell his props, but I'm just telling people from things that I saw. When I played Kendall 1-on-1 again, another game, like I left.
Oh, you played Kendall 1-on-1?
In the PAL on 119th when it first.
You had a lot of wars. Yo, this street ball shit like battle rap. That's why I said it was.
And if you notice the names, that's why I said like Sham. You look at all of these names. I salute all of these people because without playing against niggas that got names, my name doesn't be as big as it is.
Right.
You gotta play against the niggas that got the name or is looked at as the best in order for you to even be considered like that. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up, B. So you played against a lot of like legends, like street ball legends.
A whole bunch of them, man. You know what I'm saying? Got my game from them. You know what I mean? Go down in history with them. And then when you're talking about people, I just hope that you putting my name out there with
That's what's up. So what was your favorite tournament?
My favorite tournament all time. Everybody think I'm gonna say Rucker.
Right. I thought you was gonna say
IS8. IS8 was a tournament that was in Queens. It was sponsored when Jordan Brand first came out. And that was the tournament that I got a chance to play against Omar Cook, Andre Barrett, and Talik Brown. Like, all of them played for BQE Express.
Right.
Again, you gotta understand these are guys that are all Americans. They go to Rice. They getting ready to go to these high D1 colleges.
Right.
I tore these niggas up, man. Like, I try not to brag too much, but I try to make sure that I say a point where I know that I made sure that I was a force to be reckoned with too, because those guys had the names. You know what I'm saying?
So how you feel about street ball now?
Yeah, you see it. Shout out to the Street Kings, man. CPL, Clash Pro League. Shout out to my guy Chris Gotti. You know, they're paying all street ball players from 1 to 10. All players
they playing
get paid. You know what I'm saying? There's a draft, but again, I've watched street ball elevate to something like this. Right. So again, I'm proud of it because a lot of guys back then, you know, the mindset used to be, yo, nigga, I'm getting paid. I ain't got nothing to do with him. You see what I'm trying to say? Like, if I'm being real with you, street ball don't have no union.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying? That NBA got a union. You know what I mean?
Right.
But when you playing street ball, there's no union, so it's kind of like every man for himself.
Right.
I'm loving the structure that Chris Gotti and them is building through the Clash.
So I ain't never heard. What's the Street Kings? Where they play at? Like, so what's that about?
They play at 119th. So basically, it's 8 different teams. They play at 119th, and I think it's 119th, if I'm not mistaken. 119th and Manhattan Avenue at the PAL.
Okay.
But long story short, it's a pro league, and Chris Gotti got basically all the top street ball coaches to be able to do a draft, and you can reach out to them and tell them to bring all the top street ball players. And
that's dope.
Let's just say the top player every Sunday is one game. The top player, if he got drafted first round, he get 800 a game.
Oh, that's fire.
If you got drafted second round, you might get 600 a game.
Okay.
Third round, you get 500 a game.
So they just paying automatically like that.
The last round. So if you made it the 8th or 10th player that got picked, you might get 100 or 200, 300 a game.
Oh, okay.
And there's trades. There's all of that.
Oh,
stuff.
so it's like a league. It's a whole league.
He created it like the NBA, but again for street ball now. He did 1 year. This is the second year. Now he getting ready to bring teams from out of New York City.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So again, when you start to build that, and he owns the content, he has. So basically, Clash, they go to all the tournaments, and they film all the tournaments live. There's nobody that ever was able to do that. Where you know, people that film their own tournaments, nigga, that I own this content. Right. They've allowed Clash to come in and be able to be the filmer for all the games to everybody could see all
That's
around
dope.
the world.
That's some new shit. So
that's
it just started.
Just watching street ball.
You involved in it? Would you coach or like or GM or?
I try not to say too much. I'm always a person that's behind the scenes, and I've learned that's my Hollywood.
So you like World Wide West?
Other niggas want to coach, I own it.
Okay.
I try not to speak too much, but I be on behind the scenes with a lot of stuff to where I be trying to play a part and getting ownership and stuff. You know what I mean?
That's what's up. That's what's up. So what's the best era in street ball?
My era. Cam don't like when I say that, man. My era was the best era. You and Mace be on. It is what it is. Talking about rest in peace, Stick Ice, and all of those guys. Y'all bringing up those names and all of that. Listen, I saw Stuart Scott, nigga, at Rucker Park. ESPN Sports Center setup. I ain't never seen a tournament have Sports Center there. I saw Bill Clinton, the president. Who puts that on his list, nigga? What president is going to a street ball tournament? That's not on his itinerary. That was at Rucker. I saw David Stern. I ain't see a tournament yet to get the NBA commissioner to come out. And then I saw Kobe Bryant. Rest in peace, man. Yeah. I mean, I've seen all of Shaq, the top NBA players. They all came to Rucker and wanted to play. And y'all ready? From 99 to 2009. 10 years, I watched the Rucker reach its highest peak. And again, I saw everybody that was somebody, they wanted to be in that tournament. So no disrespect to, 93, 94, 90. No disrespect to Joe Hammond's era when Dr. J and all of them niggas was in there.
Respectfully.
But again, when you looking at, you got 5 names, you got another time when they played, you might have 8 names, and then you look at my time when I played, you got 200 names. Nah, there's no comparison. My time was the best time. That's why I call it the golden era. Because again, ratings, NBA TV, every game. Right. NBA TV, every game. You niggas get this NBA TV. They might come and do something for your little thing one time, stream it, and that's it. Greg got them to do that for the whole season. You get what I'm saying? So again, when you could get ESPN, you could get the people that have to show great content to get ratings, and you're able to get all of those sponsorships now that we older and we understand all of that. Greg was the blueprint. Greg did something that, we probably wouldn't understand until, again, later on down the line to see where he really started just from a platform. Right.
So now back to who's your top 5 basketball players of all time?
Basketball or street ball?
Street ball. All right, give me street ball.
Street ball first.
And then street ball first.
Street ball. One, I'm gonna go Ali Mo.
Okay.
I'm a little Harlem with bias, so I'm gonna go Ali Mo.
Right.
But there is a nigga that I've seen that plays just like Ali Mo. He a living legend of Prime Objective. He's from DC. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, this nigga is super nice, bro.
So the Ali Mo Prime Objective.
I would give you Ali Mo. I would give you Prime Objective. I would give you Jamal Tinsley. That is they call
you said you gave him the business.
But again, people that I gave the business, I give respect to, because again, when I seen him and what he did against other guards and even against me, I might have had a better team to win. But I'm never going to discredit what another nigga is capable of doing. Right. So he is a person that I look at from
Shout
New York.
out to Tinsley.
You know what I'm saying?
He was one of them ones coming to the hood, showing the hood love too.
That's 3. My fourth one, I would say, I gotta give Kareem Reed his props.
Okay.
Like, best kept secret, being short, left-handed, little guard, but big heart, and was always a winner.
He remind me of Dell. Him and Dell, like.
Here's what separate niggas. Niggas don't be winning. Niggas playing tournaments, niggas nice, but niggas don't got chips and be winning.
Right.
So nigga can't always say, yo, I was killing you, but did you win?
Right.
That's the same thing they talk about on TNT and all of that. And you remembering the greats, nigga, because those niggas won championships and all of that. So again, everybody might have had moments, but was you a winner?
Right.
So I gotta salute Reem because he was a winner.
Right.
No disrespect, Bone Collector was killing everybody, but he's never won a championship. He's my
Skip
brother.
too though. Skip.
No, Skip won one. He got to come over.
No, but I'm saying like he was nice. Like
he's my fifth.
Oh, that's your fifth.
That's my last. Like if there's anybody,
because he went to the league and really got it bad.
If there was anybody that made me believe that I could do it from the street, it was him. If he was somebody that I saw, bad grades, still able to go to Fresno State, figured something out playing from street ball and getting his love to having people around him to where he got an opportunity to still go get a tryout or get picked in the league.
He was
for
a
him
starter.
to be picked in the league and then continue to be successful from having that opportunity.
Yeah.
Hey man, that's my idol. That's my GOAT. Like to me, when it comes to street ball, he's the GOAT of street ball to me.
So who's your favorite like top 5 NBA players like all time?
3 off the top.
Okay.
I grew up watching Jordan.
Okay.
I didn't know who my dad was in there watching all the time, but for some reason it was this Chicago bald head guy that, you know what I mean? I didn't understand why my dad always had a bald head, but it was Michael Jordan was that inspirational, you know what I mean? To where it was MJ.
So Jordan is your guy.
After Jordan, I saw this little nigga that, you know, did some shit to Jordan and was in the NBA going at niggas. Once he got in there, and that was Iverson. So once I saw Iverson, I was like, damn, like I like this nigga and all the shit he do, but this nigga with like this crossover and his jumping ability. Then I saw this next nigga and it's like he was both of these niggas together.
Who that?
Kobe, rest in peace.
Shit,
like Kobe reminded me of Jordan and Iverson together, bro. So to watch them, like those were my 3 right off the top.
Off the top.
I love them. The other 2, I would just throw in there. Like, I have to throw LeBron out there now because I am a witness. When he said you're a witness and you're witnessing, it was things that I had to see overall for 20 years to be able to say he deserves a chance to be with them. And he proved that to me. You know what I'm saying? I always was against him because of the comparisons, but when I started looking at why we always comparing black people against each other when we are winning just as a culture, I stopped doing that, and then I got a chance to look at LeBron from a different light. And then when I started to really look at his accolades and what he was able to conquer, just like Jordan was and Kobe was, I have to put LeBron not in the same category, but he has to be on the list. You know what I mean? Like so a lot of guys had to go through him. So that's 4. And my 5th, most people ask me like, yo, hey, why would you put a nigga like this on your list? But I don't know, I just think it was his character, and it was Penny Hardaway. Like,
you fuck with Penny.
I had a thing about a nigga that had flash with him. Like, I like, if you notice me, I had game like other people, but what separated me over them is that I talk shit or I had some type of flash with my shit. He had a different type of, how you say it, spiciness. Like I didn't grow up being able to really see Magic. Like I had to look at tapes of Magic, but I didn't grow up watching Magic. You see what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Hardaway, he had a different spice with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So those were my top 5.
Who would you model your game after?
I'm the Kobe of Rucker.
The Kobe of Rucker.
5 championships, 5 rings.
Talk that talk.
3 in a row, too. You heard? 3 in a row. Not even Pee Wee Kirkwood could have made. I ain't have to pay for I ain't even have to play for my 4th one. Shout out to Reggie Freeman and them. You know what I mean? They all stayed on the bus. Like I told people, they tell that story about the blackout. The game between Fat Joe and Jay-Z didn't happen because Fat Joe made that one nigga get up off that bench. That nigga went back on that bus and told Jay, yo, I don't think these niggas is here about basketball. Them niggas ain't get off that bus, nigga. You heard? Those is real facts.
How important was fashion on the court? Did you have like a favorite pair of kicks to play in? Like
Reebok. I stayed like.
Why Reeboks?
Reebok.
That's different. Not no Nikes.
Pumps back in the day, my nigga.
Not no Jordans, no Kobe's. Well, there wasn't no Kobe's really back then.
When you looked at the tournament that I played in, it was always kind of like sponsored by Reebok.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Now did Reebok throw you a bag to say that?
Yeah, like, no, it ain't threw me a bag, but I mean, again, when you look at Shaq and them running that stuff and what they're doing, I'm just saying to you that at that time, Greg had Reebok on a lock. Right. So he had Iversons, he had the pumps, he had a lot of different sneakers that you wanted to wear. Again, when I played with Riverside, I was able to get the Jordans before they came out. That's why I wanted to go and play with them. Okay. You know the value of having a Gaucho's book bag in New York City back then?
That was crazy.
If you had that book bag, you was somebody.
That was like a trophy.
I'm telling you, you was one of them niggas. If you had the Gaucho's book bag, trust what I'm telling you. If you had a Riverside Hawks tracksuit, you was one of them niggas. I'm just letting you know, bro. It's a story in the streets.
So your favorite sneakers to play in was some Reeboks. That's crazy.
I mean, my being honest with you, my favorite sneaker to play in was the Answers, was the Iversons.
Oh, the Iversons. Okay.
Bro. Like you get.
So what was your accessories on the court? Like, what you had to have?
A headband.
A headband.
As you can see, I'm a hat nigga. You get what I'm saying? So again, now that we're a little older, your hats be fucking up your hairline and messing up your hair. You don't really know that as you growing up. So as I was hooping, I always wore headbands. I love wearing headbands. Okay. Headbands was a major accessory. And again, besides headbands, it was like you gotta have, I don't know, man. A lot of people is different. I'm a nigga that makes sure my drawers and my lighter matches my clothes. Like, I'm a different type of nigga. Like, every day, my lighter, my drawers, my socks, everything. That's why I said Harlem, when you asked me in the beginning, I'm about fashion. That's what Harlem brings out of you. It's like, you got to make sure you're on point all the time.
Right. So what's the most points you dropped in the game?
Ever?
What's your career high ever?
I don't know, some of these tournaments on the side, like positive.
Yeah, we could go to the side joints.
70, 80, bro. Like,
you had 80?
Yeah, you gotta understand.
You gave niggas 80 now. Give a nigga 80.
Nigga, bro. Like my whole lot of games.
Nah, giving a nigga 80 is crazy.
Yeah,
like, that's some Kobe
you know how
shit.
Some niggas could get 20 and 30. Yeah. I was a nigga that used to consistently get 40 on purpose and ask niggas when the last time you had 40. Like, I know niggas could get 20 and 30.
Right.
When the last time you had 40, and I used to do that shit on a regular on purpose just so I could talk like that. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy. So you know we gotta get into the women aspect.
Let's do it.
What's up? You know what I'm saying?
Oh like, shit,
go ahead. Yeah.
Once you said the women, yeah. Toast to that. 3 baby mamas. No, I'm just playing.
So what's up, man? So what's it like with A Butta? How do you set the vibe with the women? Like, what's a date with A Butta like?
Smooth. That's why they call me Butter. Everything about me is smooth. So
how you setting that up?
I might have easily got the drawers because of how smooth I was. See, a lot of niggas be fucking up because of their aggressiveness.
Okay.
And a lot of niggas be fucking up because of their fake smoothness that could be easily read through.
Okay.
A lot of times girls like niggas that ain't too hard on them, but really know that they could put them in a position to give it up. Because why? You're not making me feel like you lying.
Right.
A lot of niggas be lying instead of just letting them know that they really just want some pussy.
Right.
So a lot of guys go wrong with girls having to come back and want to kill them, hurt them, do all kind of crazy. See, I never went through none of that because I was always upfront and smooth about how I just wanted to smash or I wanted to fuck with them. I never made them feel like you're my girl or you're gonna be my girl. So I never really went through a lot.
So you ain't never have to lie to kick it, like.
A lot of niggas be lying knowing damn well you don't want no relationship with her. Why I follow those?
You ain't saying I love you and all that crazy shit.
If I never took you out, how do you think we dating? You can come to my house 10 times and I done smash, but if I never took you out, nobody never seen me with you in public, how do you feel we dating? I never, like, sometimes the things that you do shows where you at with people. So again, I've always been an upfront person and kept people in the spaces where you know what I mean, where it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
A lot of guys got problems today with their baby mothers or their girls. Why? Because you faked something that women gonna hold against you that you really could have just been real about, because they just like you. They want their moments too, bro. So again, you don't gotta lie to have a moment when you lied and made her feel like it was gonna be forever. You should have just been authentic, letting her know about how bad you wanted that moment. And you'll be surprised how bad girls want to give you some, because they want moments too, nigga.
That's a fact. That's a fact. So what's something...
Free game from a whole lot of game.
Yeah. So what's something small that made you feel appreciated in a relationship?
You want me to be honest or?
Be honest, bro. Like, you on camera, that red light on. Tell the people.
I love morning head.
When you wake up, pause.
When you wake up, you've been blessed to see another day. So I appreciate a woman that makes sure that I'm getting ready to have a great day before the day even starts. And it's very rare you get women that know how to make sure when you leave your home, you feel good about your day. That's my kind of girl.
You threw the Jada voice on. You sound like Jada.
I'm just being honest. That's my kind of girl. You get what I'm saying? I'm just telling you that in order for me to be in a space with women to make sure that they appreciate who I am, I just like for women to look at where they could play their part. And again, you know, as a man, the things that you're supposed to do and come to the table with, I try to make sure that women don't forget about a place that they can make a man stay on top, feeling like a man to even want to do them things for them. So again, like we was talking about earlier, like I'm the type of guy that I'll watch my child all 5 days of the week and to only get the weekends for free. But my baby mother gotta work.
So you was a stay-at-home dad?
I'm a stay-at-home dad. I take care of the kid. I nurture the kid. I raise the kid. Times have changed, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, my pimping is different. You know what I mean? And when I say my pimping is different, I mean I'm the type of person that pimps the situation to make sure that it works to my favor. It's always gonna work. And that's
to everyone's favor, because childcare is expensive.
Hey, and that's why I was telling you with childcare, I gotta make sure that the woman takes care of me for taking care of the child. If I don't make sure that the woman take care of me for taking care of the child, then I don't feel like I came from the pimping world.
Right.
I grew up with Cam that said, is you gonna suck it or not, bro? I just want you to know who I grew up with. This is who I grew up with, bro.
That's where you get your game from? That's where you get...
Come on, bro. And when I say, like, this is free game, again, who was my teacher? So, you know what I mean? Like, I make sure that I hold my kid down. That's my responsibility. But again, I also put my baby mothers in a position where they know you gotta look out for me for looking out for you. Why? Because I make motherhood easy now. You know how stressful motherhood is?
Right.
You know what it's like to take care of a child 24 hours? Like, do you know
but that's what the parents is for.
Dads don't know what that's like.
Nah, I suppose you was just being a good...
You niggas might take care of your kids for the weekend. You don't know what the 5 days is.
Yeah, that's
5 days and doing... Just try it. Role reversal and do what the women do. You will have a great understanding of how stressed out women be on taking care of a kid every day.
That's
so
a
again,
fact.
I'm not mad at a girl for always telling a baby daddy, nigga, what you gotta give up and how you gotta pay and take care of that kid. These kids is expensive. Don't knock me because I'm using the word pimping and all that. Nah, I'm doing the same thing. These childs is expensive. These kids is expensive, bro. They want McDonald's, you know, McDonald's all day, my nigga. Like, we talking about McDonald's.
And kids now want lamb chops and shrimp. Yo. We used to have to share chicken wings and French fries. We had to share it. Yo, they want their whole order.
He ain't 5 cents no more, bro. Everything is $3 for $1 and everything. You get what I'm saying? So again, I'm just saying, when you looking at the expenses that come along with children, I don't have a problem with using my word pimping like that, because I also hold down my end as a dad.
Right.
I'm not just a stay-at-home dad to, oh, I'm gonna watch the baby until you get off.
Right.
Nah, nigga, that's what a lot of niggas do. I'm gonna watch this kid until you available.
Right,
no, nigga.
right.
I'll hold the kid down, and then when she finished working, I'll allow her to have some free time. Why? Now you could get the kid when you got a little bit of free time, but the whole time she was working, she never had to worry about, is the kid all right? Is something? Is they eating? Is they? She never had to worry about that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I know people don't get the role reversal, but it works for me. I got 3 baby mamas.
So what's the first thing you notice when you're attracted to a woman?
Her feet.
Her feet? How you gonna see her feet, bro?
Shoes.
Like, her shoes. Okay.
I'm looking at her feet. Yo, dog, you could tell a lot from a woman with their shoes, bro.
Okay.
Most guys don't pay attention to that, but the first thing I'm looking at is a woman's shoes.
Okay.
Then her feet.
We got a woman in here, so we got to see her shoes.
No, but again, women make sure that they how do I say it? They keep good feet wear to let you know how they take care of themselves.
Okay.
So again, it's little things that you could see that a woman will do to make sure that you could see beyond that just from that.
Okay.
And I hope that don't go over a lot of niggas' heads. But again, if your woman ain't worried about, yo, dog, you from Harlem, you see a lot of them dirty back of the heels. Stop acting like you don't see them dry ass heels. Yo, bro, they can get surgery everywhere. They cannot get surgery on them feet.
I'm pretty sure they probably could.
They cannot get surgery. They cannot
Niggas
change
get
them
pores.
toes.
They bleach the asshole and all that.
But they do a lot. But I'm saying to you, again, it's things that you could recognize if you just spot stuff like that. I'm the type of person that I look at. You know how some people like, yo, look at a girl hair.
Right.
You could tell like if she doing something with her hair.
Right.
It's like, bro, yo, you horses got all kind of hair, so you could think that shit is 5,000 or you want.
Right.
That shit was from no disrespect, Zimbabwe. You heard? That wasn't that Dubai. That's that Zimbabwe stuff.
Right.
So the point I'm trying to make to you is with women, there's a lot that if you paying attention to, is little things that you can see about a woman to tell if you really dealing with a woman.
Right.
That's all.
So,
I look for little things like that.
So what's 3 quality traits you appreciate in a woman when you dating in a relationship?
3 quality
that
traits
they gotta possess.
They gotta possess?
Yeah. For you to get in a relationship. Would you get in another relationship?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Are you in a relationship?
I'm in I don't know what you call this. I know it's 2025. So girls today, they don't mind not dating you, but just hope you ain't fucking nobody else. Make you think that, you know, y'all still together. And, you know, as long as y'all still got that same vibe and call,
right.
It's like the only thing they don't ever want to hear is that you loving and fucking somebody else. So
okay.
I mean, I don't know what you call it today, but what was the other question you asked?
What's the quality traits for you to get into a relationship with a woman?
First thing I look at is a bitch lips.
Bitch.
I use a woman. Because I got 3 daughters. My bad. I got 3 daughters. See, this is what happens when you're single. When you're single, you might call a woman a bitch.
Right.
If you're having woman problems, you might call a woman a bitch. But if you together and you got your shit straight, you ain't call a woman no bitches. So excuse my language. The 3 things that I find, first, I look at a woman's lips.
Okay. That's the quality. She gotta have good lips.
Bro, if a woman's lips is not on right, I will not talk to her at all.
No, I'm talking about the quality.
I can't stand dry, chapped woman lips. There's no way if a woman not looking at how she take care of her lips, she will not have me as a fan, a person that wants her. That's the #1 thing with me. Okay. Lips is eye attractors right there, automatic. So that's 1. 2, I would say, it's hard to say, like, you know how some guys be like, yo, I need a woman that got a job, I need a woman that got her own home.
Right.
Those are things that should come with a person that wants more out of life. So the one thing I would say is I look for women that try to have a head on their shoulders with a drive. Okay. All women want to be successful. All women want something, but all women don't have a drive.
Okay.
And the only way you can see the drive is by what women do. So if what a woman does comes through you or comes through somebody else, again, that's not a woman that I look at as a person that wants to, you know what I mean, take accountability and be successful. A lot of women want success through others, you know what I mean? Whether it's a nigga pocket, whether it's a nigga starting them up, whatever it may be. I'm looking for a woman, or I would like a woman that has a drive. And that's something that I try to like pass on to my woman.
Right.
I've never quit. I've never made it to where people look at what you call making it, you know what I mean? But again, I don't quit. So it's hard for me to build and have energy with someone that doesn't even have a drive for wanting. You know what I mean? So that's like the second thing. I need a woman that got a drive. And 3, another quality is success. I don't want to be with no woman that doesn't even care about wanting to have and care about success. Everybody want to be rich. Everybody want to have money. Do you know how to be successful? The money comes with that. All of the other shit comes with that. But the least that I will want from my other half is to want to be successful. When you got those kind of things in a woman that, you know, want to look good, want to keep themselves in a space where they're attractable, want to have a drive and looking for success, to me, those are the qualities of a person that wants to win and knows how to attract winning as well. See, I don't want to just a woman that I gotta look at all of these good things about, and then she don't even have an idea of what she would want. That's gonna motivate her to continue that. And that's where I think a lot of us go wrong at. We don't even be searching for women that have drives to continue knowing what we bring to the table. Because it is a table we meeting at.
So, what's something you felt extra thankful for lately?
My mom's and my grandmother still being here. My mom's
That's
73.
That's a blessing.
About to turn 74 in September.
That's a blessing.
My grandmother is 96. She'll be 97.
Okay.
As you look in life today, a lot of people don't have their mothers and their grandmothers around.
That's a fact.
My dad died when I was like 15, 16. So a lot of people, my brother died when I was 14. I still got another brother, but my oldest brother died when I was 14. So a lot of people don't even know why I played with the anger that I had. 14, my oldest brother got killed. My mom's got diagnosed with breast cancer when I was 15. My dad died when I was 16. So when I turned 17 going to play in the Rucker, I had a different type of anger in me. But I let it out on the court instead of in life. And look what it made me. So again, like, I'm grateful that I still have a mother that's still here, breast cancer survivor. You know what I'm saying? My grandmother, again, the Rock, that's still here that, you know, still speaks to the family about making sure you understand who God is and what he's capable of doing. That's the reason why she's still here. So again, to have those type of things in your life, it gives me a different view of, how you said, being a fatherless man, growing up in these worlds, trying to understand what strong women is really trying to get us to see. Because a lot of us grow up with our mothers and our grandmothers, you know what I mean, and don't really understand where's our place as men. You know what I mean? Because dads ain't around. So I salute a lot of dads that's still around in their kids' lives. This is why I speak the way I speak about my kids and having my kids in my life. Because again, you know, there's a lot of dads that's not out here making sure that we play this part no matter what it is with our kids. I'm a big fan of that.
So, for one of my last questions, what's the coolest thing someone has done for you in the past month?
The past month?
Or maybe the past year. Because, you know.
Sponsorship.
Okay.
I started my podcast.
Let's get into that. Let's get it. Plug it.
Streets First Podcast in 2016.
Oh, word.
I got sponsorship in 2024.
Oh.
It took me 8 years, bro. And I got 100,000 for 10 episodes.
Oh,
and
shit.
I'm just throwing this
That's
out
what's
there
up.
just
and you gave the number.
No, but
you gave the number, though.
Again, you see what I'm saying to you in my story, what Kim taught me at a young age? That a lot of us don't realize with the content that we creating, is up to you to be able to know how to strategically make deals for things that could be in your favor. So again, if you heard of Chime or you heard of Greenwood, those are financial banking institutions. I got sponsored by On Our Block, Mochify. Mochify is a bank.
Okay.
Most people wouldn't know who Mocha is, but Mocha is the people that did a $53 million deal with New York City and gave out the migrants those $1,000 cards. So again, if I saw a bank, which is not like a brick and mortar bank, but like a Chime that's online banking, same everything, FDIC, insurance, all of that. But if I saw a bank giving money out to immigrants and to help other people, why wouldn't I strategically figure out how to do something with them to show them what I'm tapped into when it comes to helping people? And they took that chance on me by seeing the hold that I have or the reach that I have when it comes to, well, what kind of content will we be able to get from him if we sponsored him? So again, you see how we do this? To have real production, bro, it's $4,000, $5,000.
That's a fact. This shit costs. It costs.
You know what I mean? To really have production with the way they rent lights and cameras and certain cameras and things that you gotta have for YouTube or for Netflix to pick your shit up and want to buy it. I'm just saying to you, award Emmy production company, you're gonna have to pay them $4,000 to produce your shit. A lot of us is doing a lot of this shit on our own, entrepreneurship on our own. We building from the ground up. So again, I spoke on that to say, how was I able to use 10,000 a show with sponsorship for 10 episodes? So my first episode, Dave East. My second episode, Yandy Smith. Joakim Noah, Fat Joe. The fact that I could bring these people to the table is what made the sponsor say, hey, I'll pay you so that I can use that content on my own platform. But they wouldn't have access to that unless they, partnered with me. So again, we got to start learning. This is what financial literacy is so important.
Put the people on. Talk that talk.
We got to start learning because, again, financial literacy, we have been illiterate with money and what we've been taught to look at when it comes to money. So I say that to say, you might not get someone to invest with you because everybody will come together with you and buy a bunch of bottles. So y'all use all y'all money to buy liquor together, but y'all won't use y'all money together to make a play and do an event and things of that nature. So again, once you start learning these things and being in those spaces, again, you can strategically start making moves, because when you really do get in that world of making money, you will start dealing with Uncle Sam.
That's a
so
fact.
So you don't understand how to write off money with your businesses and things of that nature to even accumulate money. Again, that has a lot to do with you strategically putting things in place for you and in favor for you. And I'm just saying that, again, I didn't have to go to Chase. I went out there and did my research and found out who Mocha was. You see what I'm trying to say? So again, it's little things like I'm trying to put people onto that a lot of us go and try to look for sponsorship, but you have to have content that a sponsor won't lose out on. The sponsor is gonna be the victim, bro. But again, you have the opportunity to not make the sponsor look like a victim. I did an interview with Sugar J, Webstar, and Caesar from Black Ink all together.
Dope.
I had 10 episodes. I could have did them niggas one by one. They all could have did one by one. But again, the fact that I did all three of them together for the sponsor, he didn't feel shortchanged. That's what I'm trying to say. So if you're able to put people in a place where, you know, if people gonna be behind you, just make sure that you don't let the sponsor become the victim. That's the one thing that I'm learning about the podcast game is everybody wants sponsors, but a lot of us don't realize that the sponsor not gonna be able to pay for nothing that he can't use to continue to push to others in order for him to get money to come back to him to keep giving you money. So again, if you don't have what they call program, like in other words, you gotta have a program with what you're doing that's gonna draw the sponsor to say, hey, I'm gonna cover that, I'm gonna sponsor that. In other words, if you want sponsorship, learn how to get with like-minded people. There are people that wants to sponsor what you doing. Why? Because they have to pay Uncle Sam too.
Right. So they got to use the money. They have to dish their money out.
I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say it with all due respect and respectfully, because these are niggas.
Right.
Vado got to write money off. Mills got to write money off. Chio got to write money off. All our niggas that has businesses and has been doing things to make sure that they are afloat, they have to pay Uncle Sam. And all I'm saying is, we got good shit.
Right.
You just got to make sure that those people that you build
don't lose out.
Don't lose out.
Nobody want to take a loss.
Our niggas is waiting for us to come back to them.
Right.
They just waiting for you to make sure that you don't come to them to make them feel like, you know, in order for you to be successful, nigga, I gotta help you.
Right.
Again, that's not even what we should want, where someone else gets to say, if it wasn't for me, Diddy wouldn't have been popping.
Right.
Again, that's the strategic part that I'm talking about. Make sure that we go back to our friends and we showing them, nigga, look, I'm putting you in a position.
Right.
But he's also gonna be able to help you get in a position.
Right.
Why? Because you still working. That's my thing. Like, I ain't never stopped working. That's why I brought up the names, the numbers. I started my podcast in 2016. No disrespect. When did Fat Joe start his podcast? When did Cameron start his podcast? I ain't never go to them and ask them for anything, did he?
Right.
I'm still doing it so that they could see what? At least we know we got a liaison in New York. That's all. I ain't got to ask you for anything. At least you know you see a person putting in that work, doing that work. And again, whenever you ready to come and show some love to try to help that, you might. But again, if it's not like-minded in what people doing, Cam not supposed to just support my shit because he got it is what it is popping.
Right.
That's for him.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Now, if I see what A doing, and if what A doing falls in line to what I can be a part of that still keeps me where I'm at, then he'll be a part of it. But for me to just be looking for him to help me,
a handout, right? Just
I'm standing on another nigga's shoulders that already put his 10 feet down to do what he gotta do.
Right.
Why do I gotta stand on another nigga's shoulders in order for me to be seen?
Right.
Why can't I put my 10 down like he did?
That's a fact. That's
you know what I mean? And they respect that more. That's the one thing that I'm also seeing. Like, I got kids in Africa drinking water just because I was able to get Joakim Noah to get a machine that took humidity out the air and turned it into water. But my friends is waiting for me to come to them with deals and things like that in order for them to come and be a part and support. Not, yo, Joe, you retired. You got 100 mil from the Knicks. Hey, yo, send your boy 5 bands. Yo, bro, they not trying to hear all that. And that's what niggas, if we being authentic, that's what niggas doing. You looking at another nigga's success and feeling like another nigga supposed to be taking care of you or looking out for you or supposed to just be giving you something because you doing something. Nah, nigga, make sure you doing things that make people feel like it's worth the investment. Don't never... Assets over liabilities. That's why I respect Rashad Bilal and them. Earn your leisure. It's assets over liabilities. The hood taught us one way, but when you start educating yourself right now with all this information out here, you're going to realize you got to unlearn some shit because the hood really didn't teach us the things that we need to know. That's why Chio's still going the way he going. We don't got people that's around us not showing us the right way to do it. We might have been told this way, but again, we got people around us that's showing us the right way to do it. And you got to keep getting as much information. That nigga keeping information from you, bro.
Nah, he not.
No. I'm talking about the more you don't keep asking him. You know, Chio quiet nigga, so if you don't be asking him, he not really going to give that information.
Chio is definitely the dot connector. He's definitely the dot connector. He's definitely a good businessman. Once again, shout out to Chio.
I be on him.
He be on him?
I be on him, nigga.
Shout out to Chio. He always he let me hold a Con Edison. This shit ain't free.
That's what I was going to say.
This rent, this lights, bathroom.
Just imagine all the years of doing this. I'm just saying that's the longevity that comes behind a successful person. We don't see that. We just look at this.
Niggas be thinking this shit free. Like you like niggas thinking like, yo, he gotta let me do this shit. Nah, this Con Edison course, electricity, like bathroom cleaning, like niggas ain't. You know what I'm saying? Like this shit rent.
And we blessed if we use him the right way to
Right.
where he knows how to make sure that he is used. Everybody here to be used, not misused.
That's
Shout
a
out
fact.
to Jewels. I like that line you said. But
that's
everybody's here to be used, not misused. And a lot of us, if we being real with ourselves and starting to take accountability, we misusing a lot of our friends because of thinking that whatever, and I'm just saying this is what poverty do. His success is my success. No, it's not. No, it's not. Some people earn that, and you don't just automatically. And again,
Right.
because we never really seen success like that, we gravitate, we stay. And again, a lot of us lose focus on who we are, or what we could be, and instead of realizing that, I'm next to a nigga that's being successful. When I learned how to see what I could do with him, so I could be just as successful as him. A lot of us use that time to say, I need him to do something for me because I see now that he did it.
Right.
So again, you don't know your gift. And that's why I'm always saying to you, Diddy, like, no matter what, you're going to always get the authentic me, because why? I've always was me. I never really had to do stuff just because other people looked at me a certain way. I always knew how I wanted to be looked, so I did shit the way that I wanted to do it.
Right. And shout out once again, shout out to Butta coming on.
Appreciate you, my
Appreciate
G.
you,
Yo.
Butta, coming on,
We
giving
outside.
the game. Once again, shout out to Chio, letting us hold a bakery down. Like, comment, subscribe, join the membership. Shout out to Butta, being his authentic self.
Me and my nigga Chio went to graphic arts together since high school. You heard? GCA, nigga. Graphics, like
Yeah.
real talk. We go way back, and that's what I'm so proud of y'all. When I look at you, and I look at him, and I look at Vado, I look at Mills, I look at a lot of y'all, bro. My trap genius, like,
Right.
Again, I ain't
Rel
seen
was in
niggas
the
quit.
building.
You get what
Miz
I'm saying?
in the building.
We was supposed to do the interview
Right.
yesterday. I had on my orange trap genius
okay,
sweats, with
okay.
the Knicks jersey and all that. Like, I was ready to come.
Right.
We got
Right.
miscommunicated,
Right.
but we still did it. But the point I'm saying
Right.
is, I just like to see Harlem not giving up and still moving. And I'm grateful to see all of you guys continuing to strive for your own success. I'm glad that no one just never sat around and looked at the next person in the camp, the next person in the clique.
Right.
Most hated, I respect y'all. Y'all grew up all together a lot of different ways. And I'm
Right.
just happy to see a lot of y'all just still continue to move and groove,
Continue
bro.
to be great.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
I appreciate
Once
that,
again,
nigga.
shout out to everybody. Shout out to the people. Like, comment, subscribe, vibe.
Rest in peace, Greg Marius.